Hi, I'm Mark Ford. I'd like to welcome you to my house and introduce you to Palm Beach Letter.
Anytime Mark Ford speaks, he has my full undivided attention. He's just not a wonderful copywriter and teacher of copy, but he's a Renaissance man, an entrepreneur, an investor, an art collector, and a great teacher. During a recent keynote Mark gave to some equally impressive copywriters, he was sharing his thoughts on how copywriters can remain as valuable for the next 10 or 15, 20 plus years as the Benzivengers, the Halberts, the Makepieces, Carltons and Birds have been for the previous 20 to 30 years. Mark said something I'd heard a long time ago, only once before, and shame on me for not writing it down. It was from Steve Harrison, regarded by many to be the greatest creative director of his generation. And Steve had said that, when we are writing copy and we're putting together direct marketing campaigns, it's not always somebody in the same industry as us who is our competition. For example, if I'm a personal trainer, it's not always going to be that other outfit across town that are my competition. In this day and age of streaming, it's the Netflix, it's the Amazons, it's the Paramounts that actually we are jostling to get the attention from a prospect to go away from their screens and have a look at what we've got to offer. So what Mark pointed out was that as we continue to write copy, just as much emphasis and importance we've put on the headline and on the lead, of course, we need to make sure that we are almost assuming this role as a script writer, a screenwriter for a movie. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be overly whiz-bang with special effects and what have, but it has to be written well, and we need to also learn how to put production and direct really well. And the more I've looked around, I see exactly what Mark means, and it's not just with the movies. I think the documentaries, you look at those, you look at some of the comedy shows, the way they're presented, you look at musical concerts, you look at the making of certain productions, all have fantastic writing, fantastic direction, and put together in an almost cinematic way which grabs people's attention. So Mark said that given the fact that these are the almost mesmerizing tools that so many people are attached to, we as direct marketers need to be aware of that, and we need to begin to incorporate them into our own skill set and offering. Now, will there be time, a space and place for what became known as the ugly video sales letter, made famous and effective by such proponents like John Benson? Of course, I think there absolutely will be. But on a personal level, I'm very much made the decision to double down, much in the way Mark Ford suggests, where, with the foundation and the grounding and the lineage I have as a copywriter, now adopting more of a marketing video editor or a video content creator role, which of course is a lot of work. But as Ice Cube once famously said, hey, you don't make it to the hall by yourself. Just like Tom Petty's Heartbreakers, Bob Marley and the Wailers, the Boss with his E Street Band, I have these guys who are not only my good friends, they're great technicians. Eli sets me up to record, be it an E-class, whiteboard lessons, a podcast booth, a stage, or a cinematic trailer, while Joey gets all the ingredients, the pics, the clips, the B-roll, the bloopers, and brings it all to life like nobody else can. And while I'm incredibly proud of the career I've had thus far writing copy for so many terrific entrepreneurs, thought leaders, coaches and consultants over the years, I get to tell stories and create the type of content with Eli and Joey that is bigger, better than anything I could ever create or tell on my own. So whether you're looking to do a series of tutorials, run a webinar or host Facebook or YouTube lives, or you're actually looking for that studio podcast style setting, we'd love to talk to you about ways we could help you and work together. You're going to see on this page examples that work we've done and projects that we're currently working on. But more than anything else, I'd just like to thank you for taking the time to come to this page, and we look forward to hearing from you and working with you in the not too distant future.